the studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one, the only, Cash Krause.
Oh.
But before we begin, I got
I was about to jump
you guys
in.
could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. It really does help grow this channel. And if you guys want to Have You Seen It podcast zombie shirt,
Whoa.
like this one I'm wearing here.
Call.
You can go
was
get
that on purpose?
on our Teespring store. Huh?
Was that
It was definitely
okay,
on
okay.
purpose. Yes. But
Usually
I do
we're
wear this
not
shirt.
ones to think ahead.
Ahead.
So
Never.
if it does happen, it's usually a coincidence. But yeah,
Today it was planned.
good for you. Look at you. Yeah, get your zombie shirt. You're gonna need it for our review today.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead, Netflix, Zack Snyder's film. Zack Snyder's first zombie film since his inaugural directorial debut of Dawn of the Dead. Is that crazy? His first film was Dawn of the Dead, the remake.
I know.
A lot of confidence.
Coming
there.
full circle.
It really has. But yeah, Army of the Dead on Netflix, directed, written by Zack Snyder, cinematography by Zack Snyder.
And starring Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
No, Dave.
Zack Snyder replacing Chris D'Elia. He just put himself in there. He said, I'll do the role, damn it. But no, the new Netflix film. I want to say HBO Max for some reason because this is a very this feels like an HBO Max blockbuster that we've been getting on HBO Max and then also going to theaters. But just on Netflix, and I don't think it's in theaters.
No, I don't think it. Well, it was released in select theaters last week.
Well, yeah, like in probably two theaters. Like
Probably.
I think most of the Netflix films at least try to do just in case there's a possible award ceremony kind of thing because you have to be released in theaters. Yeah,
Which one?
Although I don't assume this one,
No, I
unless
do not
it's for
think so.
special effects and makeup, which
Possibly.
possibly. But
The Queen looked pretty gnarly.
She looked great.
Yeah, she did.
All the zombies look great. That's one thing that I really appreciated is the zombies look
Can you
good.
hand me one of those? Yeah, no, the zombies look fantastic. Absolutely. I really like the design of the Queen too, with her crazy eyes, those yellow and red eyes.
Yes,
were
they did
fun.
look good. They did look good. Yeah, I like that. Man, those contacts must have been a pain in the ass to wear. Those things I've always heard are the absolute worst. But a big blockbuster, I would say. I would wanted to have seen this in theaters for sure. Because this is a big, I mean, it's Zack Snyder. So everything is over the top.
Right.
The kills are over the top. The characters are over the top.
The gore's over the top in
gore
a
is-
lot of scenarios.
The gore, the music is over the top.
The music, okay.
There's so many. For one, a lot of covers. Which,
A lot of covers.
if you don't know, in anything, covers are much cheaper to use as versus the regular song, and they're much harder to copyright. Covers are. So that's why whenever you see a trailer, they almost always have a cover of a song instead of
Right.
the original
It's
song.
never the original.
Yeah. But Zack Snyder, he's probably saved a lot of money doing that.
And a lot of great songs too.
A lot of great songs.
One of my
And-
favorite bands of all time was in it. This Is the End.
Yeah.
The Doors.
Yeah, there was a lot of good songs and a lot of good covers. Even the
Cranberries,
covers.
Zombie at the end.
Finally,
What's in your head?
I've since the day I heard that fucking song, I'm like, why has no one used this in a zombie film?
Yeah.
It's perfect. And R.I.P. the lead singer of the Cranberries died last year, I think.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, great band. the Cranberries. They have so many good
How'd
hits.
they die?
It was I don't know. I think it was she was older, but not that old. She was like 50 or something.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Brutal.
I don't know. Yeah, it is brutal. So unfortunately,
no tours.
you probably won't be going to see the Cranberries unless you becomes a zombie. And then that is coming full circle.
There we go.
Zombie.
It's like decaying on stage. Oh no.
But yeah, it's a huge. I mean, this is what you would think of when you think of a summer blockbuster.
Absolutely.
Is a film like that? There's not a lot of. It's mostly pure zombie killing. They definitely try to intercept some relationships in there.
That was the only gripe that I had with this film. It just didn't work for me. You could have cut a half an hour of that out.
Yes, another thing this film is 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
A very long zombie film.
They have already announced, Netflix has already announced that they are dropping the Snyder cut. So you're probably going to get a 3-hour, 15-minute movie.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Which I won't be watching.
Yeah, I might tune into it just to see. I mean, the Snyder cut.
Why this film?
Well, it's 100% right now. Okay, Justice League, and then the Snyder cut, 1,000,000 times better. So
you're not going to make this film 1,000,000 times better because this film was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to make. I don't see it. The only way you can improve is cutting scenes out.
Half an hour out. Yeah.
But the only relationship I thought worked was the relationship between Diet, the German safecracker. Yeah. And what was the other guy's name? The big fucking guy who always carried around a giant saw, which was
Vandero.
Yeah, that relationship I thought worked. Mm-hmm. That's the relationship that was the only one out of everything compared to Bautista's daughter, and then Bautista and the woman, and then whatever other relationship they had.
My favorite character though was the helicopter pilot. I really liked her. I thought her character was.
Well, that's a huge topic. We got to talk about that. That's Tig Notaro, of course. Yeah. They spent millions and millions of dollars reshooting and digitally. She's not there in any. She didn't physically shoot any of those. Because
this was the person who replaced Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia.
You're shitting me.
I can't believe you didn't notice. I definitely noticed.
Oh, dude, she's hilarious.
Oh, she's great, isn't she?
Yeah, she crushed it.
But she is digital. That's why most scenes, especially the first scene you see her, where they meet her at the helicopter, and they're on the other side of the fence, and you never see her with anyone else.
Right.
That's because they spend millions of dollars to do that.
Oh, wow.
Which Zack Snyder at this point has got to be the king of digitally inserting and taking things out.
After the mustache debacle in Justice League?
Well, that's what he said. He said, we thought going into this and having to replace that actor with Tig was going to be a big, and it was. It said they cost millions of dollars. Like 4 or 5 million. But he said they had the team he still has his team of the Snyderverse people. So he said they were able to work on it. And it does look good. But for me, there's definitely some scenes I could tell that she was digitally inserted. No cast member ever met her.
Yeah, see, that's funny because I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Obviously, because I had no idea that she was replaced. I thought it
kind of makes sense though, because she has a lot of scenes on her own.
Well, and a lot of close-up scenes in the helicopter. Yeah. Like I probably should have put 2 and 2 together, but
yeah.
And
there's a scene where she's got to talk and be like, "Look, I'm the most important here. I should be on my own. I should be by myself." And that for sure must have been a scene that they had to shoot just to make sure that she was on her own
the whole time.
There is some scenes though where they are walking together. And it does zoom out and show her, but she is digitally inserted. It does look good, but
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I didn't even pick up on that.
Now that I've told you, you'll definitely be able to pick up on it. But like you said, there was a lot of people that watched it and had no idea. But I think also it's because she was so good. She kind of stole every scene she was in.
Honestly, she was hilarious. She was a comedic relief in this film.
Yeah, and that's what she is. Tig Notaro is a comedic, but very funny. Yeah.
But I just mean natural, like just the dialogue and the way she
should definitely be in. She's not in a lot of movies.
Yeah, she probably should be.
She should be. She's a great actress.
She's a great actress.
But it worked out. But that is very interesting. That's the day and age we kind of live in now, where if someone does a scandal, you know, after they film their scenes. In the old days, you just had to go
reshoots.
Well,
or just say tough shit.
Exactly. That was what most of it, because most of the time you couldn't reshoot a whole part out of your film,
especially if they're one of the co-stars. You know?
So in the old days, we just got to release it.
Now they'll just digitally remove your ass.
Yeah, which is wild. It's really wild. But if it looks this good, I mean, I would much rather obviously her have been there.
Yeah.
To shoot the scenes, because I wouldn't have noticed, but I mean, it looks pretty good for what they did. But still, $1 million or $3 to $4 million is what it cost. Which is,
the budget for this film was $70 to $90 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, Netflix came in and took over from Warner Brothers, I think, and threw down some more money. But it definitely looks good.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it looks like it was $90 million.
And it was, overall, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this film. I would have cut out that half an hour and all those fucking relationships. I could have done without. But the zombie killing, the zombie design, and kind of like the new zombie element. We're not used to like seeing it in Vegas. We're not used to seeing like the level. I don't know. I just liked it.
We're not used to seeing a society of zombies.
Yes, that was the thing too. They had the dumb zombies and then the
shamblers
alpha zombies. Yeah,
the
shamblers were the dumb ones.
And the alphas, yeah. Yeah, I like that too. That was kind of a new take on the zombie apocalypse. And I liked the intro too, where it was very simple, you know. It wasn't some mastermind trying to release it was that fucking dumb couple on their honeymoon crashing into that was
to the area near Area 51.
Yeah, that was very very simple, even though the story behind whatever the guy that was in there is probably a much more complicated story. Yeah. And what I assume is what they're going to get into in the animated series.
It's the prequel of that individual.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Because if you don't know, I mean, if you didn't see it, how it starts out is these army guys who are very dumb. These army
guys. Not the best. Not the best advertisement for the army.
Oh my God, no. But how I maybe say a realistic portrayal of just enlisted army guys who are just, you know, there for the free college or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
But literally their code name is, it's like Operation Horsemen. Which gives
the
you
four horsemen. Yeah.
And they're like, what are we packing here? They had no idea. They're taking it not so seriously, but it's like a huge convoy transporting whatever this mystery being and they hint at aliens.
Mm-hmm. They do.
And they hint at it for a little longer than what you think. So maybe you think.
And Area 51 too.
Exactly. But the guy that comes out, so a couple is driving on their honeymoon to go to Vegas, and they crash into the convoy, and they release this zombie man. Yep. But he has like dog tags, so you almost think, I mean, he has to have been a soldier at one point. But he goes crazy, starts eating everyone real quick, and they're right out of Vegas too. But it's an awesome opening. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved when he's hunting us, and they're out there,
and they're like laughing. Remember he trips and shoots his gun off. Like, this guy, how has this guy not killed someone?
I have no idea.
And this guy was the head of the squadron.
Of the team. Ridiculous. But they all die, and then I love the intro. The end to the intro is when they walk over the hill and they see Las Vegas, and it's all lit up and it's all beautiful.
Yeah, I like when they all kind of come alive. Mm-hmm. Even though one guy got his jaw ripped off, he didn't get bit. But he still turned into a zombie.
He still turned into one, yeah.
Which was, but another thing that annoyed me is just a small thing is the zombies in this film, and sometimes in zombies don't know how to bite. Mm-hmm. And this one, they're fighting off like, remember the girl who's fighting off multiple zombies, and she's crowded, and they're all just. They can't bite her though. Yeah. None of them bite her until you literally have to put like a neck in their mouth for them to be able to bite you. That kind of annoys me. And I was worried at the start that they weren't going to kill very many people off, because not a lot of people die.
They killed everyone.
Eventually, the last half hour was like, oh my God, we got to start killing some of these people.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we got too many people fucking. Well, yeah, not everyone dies.
Yeah.
Someone does but it's a zombie film. There's always only one survivor in a zombie film.
Course.
Sometimes you'll get a couple.
Well, you'll get 1.5 survivors, because you have to continue the franchise. So you got to have that one who was bitten but escaped.
And that's another thing I was really worried about was if they were just going to set this thing up for a sequel, and that's what they were just going to worry about. Not concluding the actual story, but just setting up a franchise. And they didn't really do that. They definitely add something into the last 2 minutes just to be like, just in case. Gotta have something.
Yep.
But I really thought they were going to set that up with Bautista. I thought at the very end he was going to like secretly be bit, and he was going to be the one that... So I like what they did with Bautista.
I really did enjoy this film overall, but I did have a problem with the end scene with Zeus and Bautista. I just thought it was too... And it's a zombie film, so it is what it is, but I thought it was a little too tropey. The whole like, oh, we thought Zeus was dead, so we're taking our time on the helicopter. No.
Oh, yeah, I know.
This is what I wanted. You know what would
is...
have been a million times better ending for this?
Yeah.
And it would have been simple and hilarious and would have been Zack Snyder's humor. If Zeus went to go jump for the helicopter and then just fell and smacked down.
Or if he jumped and he went right through the
helicopter. Yeah. Something like that. It would have been hilarious.
That would have been really anticlimactic, to where I think his death was already kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Where he just gets shot in the head and kind of explodes.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. That's why I like at least add an element of humor to it. Because zombie films always have humor. In like some weird way, you always find it. You know, with Tig, she was kind of the comedic relief.
Well, this one is a much more lighthearted compared to like Night of the Living Dead or something like that, where I would almost call it
30 Days a Night.
I would almost call it a horror comedy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
that's why I think it would have been hilarious to have Zeus jump towards the helicopter. They're like, no, and then he just falls.
Yeah, and Zeus
plummets.
is the head zombie.
The head zombie.
Yeah,
yeah, King Zombie.
Which is his name is Zeus, and he's godlike. Mm-hmm. He's come down to start a new civilization. But I thought he was gonna, when she threw the queen's head over, I thought he was gonna die for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not that dumb.
He's not that strong, I guess, because I don't think he would have lived it, survived
he
it.
would not have.
That's one thing, is he wasn't indestructible. But the scenes that I loved are the scenes whenever they showed all the alphas in the pool area of the Olympus.
Yeah.
And then this was good cinematography, surprisingly good. I mean, surprisingly better than I thought, because Zack Snyder did it, and he did everything else. But that scene when they bring in a sacrifice or whatever, and it's shot from that wide angle, and it looks like Renaissance-esque or biblical, to where they're all yelling and screaming, and he's got like a sacrifice to turn. I love those scenes. They were awesome and cool, like world building too, to where like these guys have now built a society, and they've built like a ritual around turning people. It reminded me almost of like the Aztecs, you know, cutting into someone and taking the heart out or whatever. It was like this, but it was shot super well. It's super, I mean, fucking freaky too if you're going to be the sacrifice.
For sure. Not a place you want to be if you're a human.
Yeah, and not a place that you can try to talk your way out of too, like that, like the security guy that they brought in there. Like, whoa, let's talk Turkey. This guy's living in the ruins of Las Vegas. I don't think he needs money. There's money everywhere. But yeah, I love those scenes.
I also love the element of Zeus and the Queen having a child.
Yeah.
That was kind of creepy too, because you realize these zombies can actually reproduce, which is almost more horrific, because like, imagine that child growing up, what the fuck that thing would have been.
I don't know, strong.
Yeah, strong and a psychotic zombie.
Strong, but maybe more human in a way, like they're evolving more too. So maybe that's like the next evolution of those zombies, because some of those zombies, you know, they're just following orders. Yeah. I mean, they're like army ants. They're just, except for the queen. The queen and some of the alphas were doing their own thing. It was cool though. I did enjoy that element of the storytelling. Yeah. There is some cliches in this film.
So many cliches. Yes. Like with the double crossing.
I was the first thing I was going to bring up. And like, I was really hoping they were going to do, that guy was going to be good. Like, that would have been the anti-cliche of the security guard that ends up going with them and then ends up like saving them at the end.
Right.
Because everyone knows that guy's going to be bad.
Of course.
Even in the movie universe, all the people knew he would be bad.
Yeah.
Why even take him though? Why would he not be?
Are you talking about Blythe Tanaka's guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he not be the person you shoot
immediately
and sacrifice?
Yeah.
Every single person.
The rapist probably was a good idea.
Well, I mean, you could have just shot him.
Both of them.
Yeah.
You could have just had two sacrifices.
Yeah, I don't think the queen say no.
Yeah, no.
Maybe put you on better terms.
Bring him in.
Those guys were both pieces of shit.
2 sacrifice? No, you guys have special VIP access.
Yeah.
Like sitting with all
You
the
get high
zombies.
roller rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get for 2 sacrifice, you can have a zombie bride. We can set you up.
shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was because everyone knew that he was going to be bad too. And they're just like, okay, let's just go along with it. Anyways, you know. And then guess what? He ended up being bad.
Wow, imagine that. Imagine that. He double-crossed everyone. And, of course, Bly Tanaka, which is, you know, the lead
Mm-hmm.
hotel guy, there's this big reveal that, no, it's not actually the money he cares about.
Yes.
It's the head of one of these outfits.
Which I thought was kind of obvious too, because every casino there has to have millions of dollars.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's not like they all had time to like pack it up and leave. Don't forget the zombie apocalypse was kind of a surprise to everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought immediately like you could have gone to probably any casino.
That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, it was kind of written on the wall.
But of course, that's again that in itself is tropey as well. Is sending someone in and then it being a red herring of what he really wants, and that ended up being the head of the zombie queen, because I guess you can start your own zombie army, but again, they think for themselves, so it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to start your own zombie army. And another tropey thing I thought is like the whole thing they were gonna blow up Las Vegas, right? And the nuke. But they weren't. You think they would have the entire area surrounded in case one zombie ended up
leaving,
just wandering away? But no, they weren't looking at it at all. Not a single army guy or anything, because the guy at the end just ends up walking out of there with, turns out, a bite.
A bite, yeah. Which there were so many questions I had when that guy walked out. One, I was like, radiation poisoning. How did that not kill him immediately?
I know, it made zero. It didn't make any sense.
I mean, literally immediately.
And how did he survive in the first place?
Yeah. And then
Like,
how
he
did
was
he
in
survive?
he was in a safe, but he was in a safe on the 80th floor.
Yeah, he was so far up. When that thing just collapsed with a minute? Was he fine?
It didn't just burn him alive from the inside.
And then the rubble, too. How'd you get out of all of that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Zack Snyder writing it.
Yeah,
so
yeah. When it came to that, I was like,
it's not the most complex story.
Come on now.
But there is these things like that where you kind of scratch your head and be like, I don't know if that would really happen.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah, it's a summer blockbuster, so it's escapism at its best.
Yes, that's a good word for it.
Yeah, you're supposed to be taken away.
Let's talk about some of the. I want to talk about the safe scene. I really fucking enjoyed this. It was so funny where they kept bringing zombies down.
Yeah,
and then they're like, "Oh yeah, there's fail safes. There's fail safes." The first one was a bunch of like. I don't know, like poisonous darts.
Poisonous darts, yeah.
They were supposed to be non-lethal, though.
Yeah.
And then the second one was gunfire. He's like, hey, I thought it was supposed to be non-lethal.
Yeah.
Goes, yeah, well, do you think they care? And then the third one, the zombie goes, huh? Turns around and it just smashes them.
Yeah, it's
and
like...
then the wall opens up.
It's the most cartoony booby traps you've ever seen.
But I liked it. I actually thought it was super funny.
That scene was funny,
it.
yeah. I liked that scene a lot. I liked the tiger kill scene.
Okay, that one was brutal. That was awesome.
Forever. And that's what I meant by everything's over the top. Yeah. Yeah, Valentine, Siegfried, and Royd's tiger that guards the gates at this point. Yeah. But super cool. I mean, for a CGI tiger, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun fact you're going to love. They based the movements of that tiger off of one of Carol Baskin's tigers.
You're fucking kidding
from Tiger
me.
King.
Wow.
Yes.
I bet she loved that.
Oh my god.
Oh man, she's always looking for the limelight.
She's doing so fucking good. But she's like
pretty wild because she killed her fucking husband. Allegedly.
She's doing really fucking good. She's on Cameo and shit.
Oh,
she's doing very well. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
And they keep using her tigers for like movies and shit.
Oh yeah, of course. But could you imagine allegedly feeding your husband to tigers?
Could have been the tiger we saw on screen.
Could have been coming full circle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see. There should have been a little Easter egg of Carol Baskin's husband.
Poor bastard. That's not a way.
Although no one ever found his body.
They never found his body.
So there couldn't be a zombie
because it was in tiger feces.
But yeah, I thought that was a good piece of trivia. That
that's
tiger
hilarious.
has gone through some shit.
Oh, for sure.
He's probably happy to be off the fucking farm.
Yeah, even if it's only a couple hours. Thank you for getting me off this motherfucker.
Work
This
order
bitch
from the
is
prison.
Crazy.
She just keeps feeding us humans. We don't want it anymore.
We don't want humans. We want gazelle. We want
It's not a natural.
Antelope.
It's not a natural diet for us. We need more substance. She just feeds us X's. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. They had to like search that tiger out. There had to be other
for
tigers.
Sure. Oh yeah, of course. Well, Texas has millions of tigers.
Yeah,
they have more in captivity than
in
around
the wild.
world.
Yeah, because there's no law about owning exotic animals. There's no law about owning exotic animals in Montana either.
That's so wild. The United States is a great place. Okay.
Well, it's not every state. That's just more of the freer states.
Yeah, that's for sure. God, I couldn't imagine owning a tiger.
Imagine being
What?
scared
Why?
24/7.
Yeah, oh, for sure. That thing gets out, eats one of your kids.
Not even that.
I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, you raise it but still, it's an animal, man.
Well, yeah, and then like why?
And not even that, but it's not like it's been domesticated for 2,000 years like dogs have. These things it's one
Still
generation
kill
off.
you. Yeah.
No, people are so stupid.
It's so weird. It's so and too like, and I'm not like a super like whatever, but in the fact that like a tiger is meant to be out in the wild, like that's
Yeah.
an animal that's like it's got to go out, it's got to hunt.
Yeah,
it's gotta
they run a
kill
lot,
things.
yeah.
It can't be sitting in this fucking 8x12 cage its whole life.
No, it's so miserable.
I mean, if it's a
yeah.
goldfish, whatever, throw it in a fish tank, not a big deal. But
Yeah, well,
because they have like attention spans of like 6 seconds,
and they won't grow any bigger or whatever.
Yeah.
So tigers though they grow big no matter
grow
what.
big.
Even if you put them in a little cage, they still
they do
grow.
grow.
But yeah, we are definitely good. I have a feeling if there's sequels to come, we'll see more. I got a feeling that
Valentine?
Tiger didn't die.
No,
that's
it
it's a
escaped
cloud.
somehow.
It's a crowd pleaser.
It is.
and we will
It is.
definitely see it because I believe the next one will be set in Mexico City because that's where the plane was landing.
yep.
So, but that would be a cool place to have a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
But I thought the start was really good too when they were showing them arriving in Las Vegas. You know, the zombie people,
Yeah.
and then like the Liberace guys singing
Yeah.
why everything
Everyone's
is
getting eaten.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool scene as well. But yeah, I liked it for the most part.
Yeah, and I'm going to Vegas in a couple months.
Yeah.
So I really hope this outbreak doesn't happen while I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, well, if they're gonna nuke the city, just know they can fucking pull that day anytime.
That's
It'd be
true.
like the 20, which is I thought another thing was fucking wild, but yeah, they end up leveling Vegas in this.
Yeah.
Completely destroying it. You can't let anything get out. I'm surprised that the zombies didn't wander anywhere, but it was cool. They're like, this isn't their prison. This is their kingdom.
Yeah.
Cool Vegas kingdom. You got Paris. You got the pyramids.
Yeah, dude.
You got everything you could possibly need.
God, that would be the worst place to have a zombie outbreak, though. It's Las
so many
Vegas.
people, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much fun, too. I mean, it'd actually be the best place in hindsight because it's so isolated from everything else, but still.
Well, that's also the worst thing as well. Because if you because in a zombie apocalypse, first things you're thinking is, I got to get out of the city. But in Vegas, you wander out to the desert. You just die.
You die.
Some places you could technically survive.
Yeah.
Like here, if we want to get out, we could go to the forest. We
That's
can hunt.
true.
In the desert, see ya. I got to take my chances with the zombies. Because you're fucked. And that's why I'm guessing the zombies didn't wander outside.
Right.
It's because they'd eventually just...
They knew they'd die.
Because there was some... Remember another thing of the zombies, there's a bunch of zombies corpses, and they're like, but if it rains, that they become reanimated.
Yeah.
They get a little life like
I didn't
flowers.
know if that was a joke or if he was
No, I
being
think it was
real.
legit.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It never rains in Vegas, thank God, but...
Never. Never. I've been there many times. It's never rained.
But if it did just a little bit, man, they'd be right back up there.
Yep.
Well, all right. This what's your closing thoughts on Zack Snyder's first film back?
I thought this was one of the best Netflix films I've seen. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, that's not saying much, but
I guess you could say that. It is technically a Netflix production.
it is, technically.
They took over the production on it.
And I actually, in all seriousness, I really enjoyed this, despite some of its flaws and its runtime is a little long. But outside of that, for a zombie film, this kicked ass. This was fun. Some of the scenes were really cool. The deaths were unique. I laughed a lot through this film, and I would highly recommend this for anyone, especially for sitting in your living room and watching a film on Netflix. This is going to be the best one you'll see on the platform.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of weird. I had to search for this to find it on Netflix.
Really?
It wasn't on the top 10. It wasn't on the recommendations.
That's weird.
It was weird. Yeah. It's like I had to really look for it. That's why we said we were going to watch it Thursday, and I was worried because I didn't see. I thought for sure the first thing I was going to see when I logged into Netflix, Army of the Dead. You spend $90 million on it, but no, I had to kind of search for it. But like you said, I thought it was pretty good, especially for a zombie film. I hope it doesn't spur 30 more zombie films.
No.
I don't think it's going to, because it's not like it wasn't so phenomenal. A lot of people were like, we got to capitalize on it. But yeah, for a Netflix film, like you said, definitely one of the better ones. And Netflix seems to be going all in on this property as well. There's a prequel coming out called Army of Thieves. Yep. That is not a zombie film. So it's like, let's take away the best part of this film.
Right, and then just make it about thieves.
And just make it about character development and relationships, which was the worst part of this fucking film.
It was.
So, and this one, the prequel's supposed to be a rom-com.
Oh, so I see that's going to be about them being heistmen.
I guess they were I guess they were heistmen at one point. But yeah, so there's a prequel, and then there's a animated series as well.
Is Bautista going to be in the prequel?
I think Bautista is going to be in the prequel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which he did pretty good.
Yeah, no, I like Bautista.
I mean, he didn't have too many like strong acting scenes or anything like that, but I did appreciate this film was willing to kill off a lot of the main characters that you didn't think were gonna die. That Bautista's wife, girlfriend, whatever the fuck she was, I thought that was surprising.
That was fucking
and
wild. Zeus just goes.
Yeah, and then it shows her. Yeah, exactly. So I really did enjoy that. Yeah. I mean, my hat's off to the filmmakers for willing to do that at least. But yeah, I think totally worth it if you're just going to watch it on Netflix for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's free.
Absolutely.
But yeah, overall, I'd recommend it.
Alrighty, well, that is our review for Army of the Dead. If you guys like what you're seeing here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. Until next time.
Bye.